I'm Theresa.
And I'm Celeste.
And you're watching
Disney Channel Chat.
So last episode, we had the legendary Michael Curtis with us to talk about season 1 of Jonas. We thought it made sense for episode 2 to continue on and do season 2 of Jonas L.A. The boys just got done a 2-month tour, and their parents agreed to let them stay in L.A. for the summer.
But there's a lot of drama.
There's a lot of drama. This season is a lot different from Jonas season 1 because this season actually has an arc. It has, beginning, middle, end. You can't just watch any episode and it'll be fine. You have to watch them in order to really know what's going on, which I actually really like.
Yeah, you like that aspect.
I do like the storyline aspect of it. But it's really cool because then you also get each of the brothers gets their own storyline.
So
they
get their own
Kevin gets to
storyline.
explore being a director, wanting to be a director.
Which I can relate to.
Which you can relate to. Joe and Joella is that whole, and Vanessa, and that's just a whole thing. Nick is his potential solo career.
And Nick and Macy.
Less so.
But there is at least one episode kind of dedicated to it.
Like really early on, and they don't have the drama that Joe.
Nick's
arc is primarily him potentially going solo. I don't know if I have like a favorite episode or if I more so have favorite scenes. I like the Macy golfing. I thought that was great.
Yeah.
I like the boat episode mostly because when they realize the anchor is stuck and Macy loses her mind, that would be me. And
Macy doesn't like people telling her to calm down.
And I don't like people telling me to calm down. So yeah, I guess I'm just more like Macy. I'm like season 2 Macy. I'm not so much like season 1 Macy.
Well, season 2 Macy, you got to see more of her feminine side.
It's not even that, but season 1 Macy, every scene she was in, she was like freaking out. Whereas season 2 Macy, she mellowed out, and I'm typically a pretty mellow person, but when I decide to lose it, I lose it. And I kind of relate to that a little bit more with season 2 Macy, for sure.
Yeah, with being best friends since first grade, I can attest to that.
She knows.
Yeah. For my favorite episodes, I would say Back to the Beach is definitely a standout for me because I love the beach. But also the ending music video sequence for the song Fall, I actually recreated that back in the day.
I want to see that.
Okay.
You've mentioned it to me, but I've never seen it.
In.
But I also can 100% see you doing that.
Well, so I always kind of saw myself as Stella in a sense, kind of like how you love Alex Russo and like wanted to be Alex Russo. That was me with Stella. I always admired her style. I always kind of liked her sassiness. I love the scene, the and action episode where Joe, it's his first day on set on Forever April. I love the whole invisible music video sequence to that, and the fact that you get to see a little behind the scenes of how like a movie is shot.
Another like storyline that really I absolutely loved was when Kevin wanted to get in shape for tour. Like it was towards the end of the summer, and they were getting ready to go back on tour, and so he like had to do this like crazy workout regimen with Big Rob, and I just thought it was absolutely hilarious.
Another episode that you really like is the ping pong episode.
Yes. So I love the ping pong episode because Nick and Kevin's competitiveness is very, very, very similar to me and my family and how competitive we get. And so I'm just like watching the episode like, yeah, like I could see myself and all of my siblings doing that. Just like how into it. And it's like ping pong. And obviously they exaggerate it, but at the same time, I'm like, I wouldn't put it past at least a couple of my siblings to like hire a coach. At least one of my siblings to like hire a coach to get better at someone because they're that competitive. Another story arc was the David Henry, how he went through all of this trouble to get back at Kevin. And it wasn't even Kevin that he actually wanted to get back at. It was Joe. And I thought that was just like they're like, why are we fighting? Because you stole that girl. That wasn't me. Huh. I'm sorry, man. We cool? Yeah, we cool. And like that's it. And
after they go through this whole Celebrity Beach challenge
and years and years of a feud, I was just like, I just thought that was great.
Well, also this season was just like a soap opera. I feel like Jonas season 2 was a soap opera.
It was, yeah, but we ate it up.
So. Oh yeah, no, we loved every second of it. I think
No
we
shame.
also like the final few episodes of Jonas. Mm-hmm. I think it would start around the Flirt Locker episode where the movie brat comes in.
The movie brat and like, oh, I charmed her too much, and then Stella comes in and just like eats away at Joe's self-esteem.
Yeah.
And then he finds out that she wasn't joking, and it's just like, I know that the finale is technically one episode, but it really started this whole like 3-4 episode finale. Yeah.
It really created like another arc for Joe and Stella. Mm-hmm. So they get together and then they break up and then get together again.
But they didn't actually get together. Well, okay, yes, after the airport.
After the airport. Oh, and I have to say though, and I know you guys who love the show, you'll love this part. That whole scene where Joe is chasing after Stella at the airport, and they have.
Did you recreate it?
I didn't recreate it, but I pretended to like insert myself as Stella in the scene, like just
in your head,
in my headphones, yeah. Because I would listen to Critical play in my headphones and pretend I was walking through the airport and have like JoJo chase me.
You know what?
It's so dramatic. Like it's a very dramatic scene.
What we were just saying.
And I love every second.
You just eat it up. I guess I'm more into the comedy aspect because I loved the whole Nick and Kevin card debacle. We need bacon grease. We need used oil. The whole car.
And then they want to like get to the airport, and like Kevin's like, "No, wait, stop!" And she's like, "What?" He's like, "I need my driving scarf."
I do like Kevin was still like comedic effect, but like also a thinking person.
But they also had that episode direct to video actually dedicated to Kevin's storyline where he wanted to be a director. That's when the dad came back and made a guest appearance. Yeah. And they got this like 14-year-old that works out of his mom, like his bedroom at his mom's house. Oh, that line where Nick P, who is the guy who you're referring to, he says, "Well, where were you at 16?" And then Nick is like, the Grammys.
He actually was at the Grammys.
He actually was. I remember we watched that episode again. Like
we just laughed.
Yeah. Because that would be something I feel like Nick would say in real life.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. I mean, if you've ever watched Nick on The Voice, yeah, he likes to flex his accomplishments for sure.
100%.
Okay, so I kind of want to jump ship from that conversation for a hot sec because one thing that we were talking about the other day that I kind of wanted to bring up on the podcast was, so do you remember in the beach episode, Emily Osment showed up?
Yeah.
And I mentioned, so I guess Jonas is not in the same universe as Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
And then we were thinking again, well, the name of the brothers in the show is actually Lucas. It's Joe, Nick, Kevin, Lucas.
Right.
And their band name comes from their street name that they grew up on in Jersey.
Right.
Right. So the band is Jonas, but it's the Lucas brothers, whereas Hannah Montana has the Jonas Brothers.
Right.
Which would mean that Hannah Montana is actually closer to our universe, which I just thought was a neat little thing that I kind of wanted to
interesting
share with you guys.
But then if you also think of the crossover, the Sweet Life, That's So Raven are all
closer related to our universe. I know it's not necessarily like explicitly Jonas L.A, but that was something we were talking about the other day that I was like, I kind of want to bring that to the podcast and see, like what other universes are, obviously we're not even close to Phil of the Future, but like what else is in the Jonas universe? What else is in the Hannah universe? So,
well, one of the things that I thought of is in the Flirt Locker episode, the movie brat gets a text saying that Zac Efron wants to do an exclusive with her. So Zac Efron is part of the Jonas L.A. universe, at least.
Oh, so I wonder about High School Musical then. Maybe it's its own separate universe. Or maybe it's in... Do any of the other shows reference?
Yes, Sunny with a Chance references Zac Efron.
Anyway, so yeah, just a fun little...
That's interesting.
Fun little, thought bit for you guys. Is the different Disney universes. I just think it's a fun conversation.
It is a very interesting, fun conversation. Yeah. And that could be an episode.
Okay, so we talked about favorite episodes / story arcs. We kind of got into favorite characters. I think mine is probably Macy. Season 2 Macy is definitely probably my favorite character.
Mine would probably be a cross between Stella, but then I also really feel for Kevin because of
the directing thing. And I like Kevin too because he is still like the funny character, and I'm a sucker for comedy. But you also like Nick too, so but you might like him because he's a Virgo.
Oh, well, I relate to him. Yeah.
I think finally what we'll talk about is the soundtrack. I feel like Jonas L.A. had a lot more songs than Jonas.
Because I think they probably had a bigger budget to work with.
Probably.
And it had its own soundtrack release.
Right.
Jonas Season 1 should have had its own soundtrack release. I mean, we did get good songs from Jonas Season 1.
Right, but remember Michael Curtis said that they were only able to use 5 songs or something like that.
I'd have to look
well,
at the
you
number.
guys can
but
fact check
there were
us
there were 13
episode.
songs for Jonas Season 2, Jonas L.A.
Which is a full album.
It's a full album. They were very true to the Jonas Brothers' authentic sound, too.
Yeah.
You listen to the Jonas L.A. soundtrack, and it sounds like it's a Jonas Brothers album.
Right. Yeah.
So, do you have any favorite songs?
I like the theme song, L.A. Baby.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's also just the one that I know the best. And that's probably why, because once it comes on, I can actually sing along, whereas the other songs, I'm probably mostly going to be like...
I like the music video for L.A. Baby, because that's the one where they go on the helicopter. And remember, we tried...
Oh my gosh, we had that whole conversation about, what does that number mean? And where's this
on the
helicopter
helipad
pad?
Yeah.
That was so long ago.
And we wanted to find it so bad.
We were like, where is this helicopter pad? What does the number mean? Let's find it.
It's so iconic.
Yeah.
No, it is. So this soundtrack came out July 20, 2010, and I feel like this soundtrack literally defined 2010 for me. Critical is one of my ultimate favorite songs. Feeling Alive is one of my ultimate favorite songs. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's intense.
But I love Feeling Alive also because when I went to the Jonas Brothers concert in 2010, their Camp Rock 2 tour, they opened with Feelin' Alive and they incorporated Jonas L.A. songs.
Nice.
So every time I hear that song, it takes me back to the opening of the concert. Tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so fun though.
Yeah. If you go on YouTube, actually, you can find footage. So the finale of Jonas L.A., one of the final scenes is them singing on stage. They sing Feelin' Alive on stage.
So that to assure everyone that Nick's not going solo.
Right. You could actually find fan footage of them filming it. And you could hear the director's cues and everything that.
That's right, because they made that an actual concert.
It was an actual concert.
If you were at that concert, let us know.
Yes,
that
definitely.
Would be really cool.
That would be really cool.
And that's again, right up your alley.
Oh, yeah.
Too. So if y'all are into that directing aspect and stuff, maybe we could find it and put a link.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
We'll find it and put a link for you guys in the description.
Because it's really interesting to watch to see how this show was put together. Because we have behind the scenes footage from season 1 that Michael Curtis gave us to share with you guys, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Really so cool. That's a little behind the scenes of season 2 and how that came together.
You guys let us know, what are your favorite episodes, characters, songs? What do you like about Jonas L.A.? This is a chat. So let us know, and let us know what else you want to see too.
Yeah, so make sure you guys like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. That's where we'll be posting most of our content. And we have Facebook, TikTok, all of the fun stuff.
Follow all the social medias. And have a great day, night, whatever it is that you guys are, doing right now. Just enjoy it. Bye.
Bye.